How you all doing today? This is Dale from MDMD Reviews, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use the Ulanzi Creative DAW for PreSonus Studio One version 7. Let's get to the product review. How you all doing? In my last review that I did when I did a tutorial of how to use the Ulanzi Creative DAW controller for DaVinci Resolve, I mentioned that I was going to also try to set it up for Studio One as well. I did manage to set it up for Studio One. I'm going to take you on screen here shortly and actually show you that process. It's very simple. It's not hard. Like I stated in my last video, when it comes to the promotion and tutorials for this controller, Ulanzi really did a terrible job. Even when you go to their tutorial page, I'll show you shortly, they don't really have a tutorial for this controller yet. Maybe they'll get to it in time. Maybe they were just hoping, or they knew that some YouTuber would do a review of it and do a tutorial of it. So, hey, what's the point of us doing it? Very poor marketing on their end, but I do use PreSonus Studio One to edit the audio on my podcasts. I also use DaVinci Resolve. Up above right here, I'll leave a card to the video that I did when I showed you how to set this up for DaVinci Resolve. Now I'm going to show you how to set it up for PreSonus Studio One version 7. Yes, I'm sure it'll also work on previous versions of Studio One if you have an older version of Studio One. As long as the shortcuts are the same, which I'm sure that they are, it should work without a problem. So let's go to the screen real quick and I'll show you how to get the thing working with Studio One. Right here, as promised, I have Studio One version 7 pulled up. You can use the Ulanzi controller in Studio One, and right here, you can see all the shortcuts that I have programmed to each button. The side button right here is zoom in. The bottom side button is zoom out. And the dial is to play, and the fast forward and to rewind. And right here, there's the console, split, delete, undo, redo. And right here, just real quick, if you go to their website and you actually want to download the software for the first time, you go right here to their page. Right here, it has for Windows right here on the left side, on the right side. If you are a Mac user, you can download that. And right here, you go to this is their download center. It has a manual. So if you by chance are buying this secondhand and you don't have the manual for the Ulanzi controller, you go here and you would actually be able to go to the Ulanzi controller right here, and you click on that and it would download the manual for the controller for you. Right here, this is their video tutorial page for some of their products. As of yet, they have not put the Creative DAW tutorial on that for that yet, but don't worry about that. I have you covered. I'll leave a thumbnail up above where I did a tutorial video for you all who use DaVinci Resolve. And even if you don't use DaVinci Resolve, the process is the same for any software that you want to use for the Ulanzi Creative DAW. Right here, go to the Creative DAW right here. Again, when you first come to the Ulanzi Studio for the Creative DAW, right here, you can see the different softwares that I have. On the far in the middle, I have DaVinci Resolve. On the right, I have Studio One version 7. And if you were just knowing, well, how can I download? How can I get to this page right here? How can I get to this page right here? Well, let's stop right here real quick. Let's exit out. Boom. And when you go to the Ulanzi Studio, you go to the marketplace, you go to profile, and right here they have all the softwares. Well, I won't say all, and I'm sure they'll add some more in the future, but right now they have Adobe Premiere, they have CapCut, DaVinci Resolve, Adobe Photoshop, and many different other softwares that you guys may use, Adobe Lightroom. And I'm not really sure of all the softwares up here. I'm not really, just too familiar with them. I only use DaVinci Resolve for video, and I use Studio One version 7 to edit my podcast. And right here, if you scroll down, and it's kind of tricky because right here, they didn't actually list, they don't have a picture of the DAW on this for Studio One, for you users of Studio One. So that can kind of throw you off. I know it threw me off, but what I did was I just happened to download it and what would you know? It popped up. So you would hit download, and once you download it, the it'll be right here. And one of the things I will say is that whatever the software, whatever software shortcut keys are to do for play or to rewind or to cut, you have to know what those shortcuts are. You have to know what they are. And if you don't know what they are, you can always go to Google, and Google will actually pull up for you. You can Google what are the shortcut keys for PreSonus Studio One, and Google will give you a list of all the shortcuts, the buttons, and what they do. It was for play, I know it's spacebar. And if you don't know right now, I go to DaVinci Resolve and I hit play. It doesn't cost you anything. You know, we do put a lot of time and energy into this podcast. So there you go, right there. If you go to Studio One, the actual software, whatever shortcuts you're keying for the creative DAW or the Ulanzi Dial, always go to the actual software and just hit whatever button you say it is. So right here, I'll say the middle button is play. Well, let's say I want to delete that because I want this button right here to be play. And you would delete that. Let me go this real quick. And what you would do is you go down here under systems and you go to hotkeys, and you're gonna grab this hotkey button and you're gonna drag it right here. Boom. So and when you drag it right here, you know, you can title it. You don't have to title it if you don't want to. I title it because sometimes I forget what button is for what shortcut. Because if you don't title it, you'll just go to it. It'll just be, you know, it may just be the play button, but you may not know that. So I'm gonna play right here. Keyboard, and it says observing entered keys. And so whatever the shortcut is to Studio One version 7 to play, you have to enter that key, and it will observe whatever key that is. And so I know for a fact it's spacebar. I just did it. So if I hit spacebar, this button right here is now set for play. And to check to see if that is actually correct, I would go to Studio One and I would hit that on my creative DAW of time and energy. And one of the things that I want to kind of also let you know is that sometimes you'll come to the software and you'll hit play or you'll hit any button and it won't respond. What I've learned is that you actually have to click on the actual audio. So right now I'm clicked on the audio. I don't know why sometimes it does that. So it's like if I'm not clicked on the actual audio and I hit play, well, it did it now. But sometimes you'll come to the software and you'll hit play or whatever button you know, if it's sliced, and you'll hit that button on the Ulanzi Creative DAW, and it actually won't register in the actual software. It does the same thing and when I use it for DaVinci Resolve. And what you do is, again, you click on the actual audio track or the video track. If you're using a video software, you click on the video software. I mean, on the video on the timeline. For right now, we're using Studio One version 7. So right now, if I hit that the key, doing clips and having the posts and descriptions, it plays it. And so that's just really a quick just tutorial of it. Again, it does work for PreSonus Studio One version 7. And again, when you come here, don't let this throw you off. You know, they really did a terrible job, in my opinion, of not just having a picture of the dial and saying PreSonus Studio One. So some people might be like, well, this is not, because they do have other products. They do have this Steam Deck kind of thing, their own. Of course, I don't have that, but again, I just happened to play around with it. I hit download, and of course, when I downloaded it, the dial popped up. And of course, don't be afraid if you mess up. If you mess up in anything, I don't think, you know, it's not irreversible. You can always just go to the play button and hit delete, and it'll delete it. And you can also, matter of fact, go ahead and delete everything, and you can kind of start off from scratch if you want to. Right there, and boom, right there. And you can just again go to hotkeys, drop that wherever you wanted that. Boom, you type in play. If you want to type in play, you know, if you don't want to, you don't have to. And down here again, one more time, I know that spacebar is play on Studio One, so I have to hit the spacebar button, and whatever key you type in, It's just observing that, and that's how it knows when I go to Studio One software, this button right here is now the shortcut to play. And you hit the space bar, you'll see right here, it'll tell you space bar, and then you're done. You click off, you go back to Studio One, click on the audio track, and you get the gist. It plays. Please do us a small favor. So I just kind of, again, I just wanted to kind of give you all that. I said I would give you all that. This tutorial for Studio One, it's simple, even for the actual DAW right here. The DAW is a little bit different for the actual DAW. I know you can put a hotkey, but for the DAW, so the DAW is a little bit different. For the DAW, you actually have to go to offline and you grab it real quick. So right now, the DAW isn't programmed for anything. And the DAW actually can have 3 functions. For the DAW, you grab offline mode, you drop it on the DAW, and again, it's telling me that the first function, which is the if I press the DAW, just press it, because the DAW, it does turn left to right, and you can also press the DAW. So right now it's saying that the DAW is set for play and pause. And if I want to see that, if that's actually true, I go to Studio One and I press the DAW. Subscribe, and again, to our podcast. As always, you can, if I press it again, it stops. So the same thing for the DAW. The DAW is just different in the sense that it's not a hotkey. You go to DAW right here and it's offline. So for the hotkeys, I drag it, boom, and for the hotkeys, you have to click on it, go to hotkeys, you drop it, you press, play or slice or cut, and you press whatever key is for whatever shortcut you want for Studio One version 7. And again, for the DAW, it's in offline mode. You can have refresh, stop, mute. And one of the things that I had to learn about Studio One, about the DAW, is that the DAW, you're gonna have to play with it, because you can do a function to turn left, you can do another function to turn right, and it's just all just getting the software, whatever software you want to use, whether it's PreSonus Studio One, DaVinci Resolve, Adobe, Lightroom, whatever software you're using. Again, you have to know what the short keys are and what the short keys do in order to be able to, because you have to press that shortcut or that button or that functionality that you want Studio One or whatever software you're doing to do. So you have to press those keys together. If it's 2 keys, let's say in your software that you're using, let's say you're using CapCut, and in CapCut, in order for you to copy, it's C and spacebar. You have to go here and press C and spacebar together. But you get the picture, and then it will of course observe that functionality, and then you have the shortcut set. And let's say you say, well, I messed up or I don't want it. You go here, you delete it, boom, don't worry about it. You can start all over again. If you want to, you can go back to their marketplace profile and download again whatever software you're using for right here. If they don't have it for your software, I think there's still a way for you to be able to program it and still do it. You can even program it to have shortcuts for Windows. So again, Dale from MDMD Reviews, thank you for watching the video. I hope this helped you. You can use it for PreSonus Studio One version 7, not just for videos or Adobe. You can also use it for Studio One. So until next time, thank you for watching the video. Peace.